Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Today, we're going to take an in-depth look at a company whose products are likely in every one of our homes, Unilever. From the soap that started it all to the ice cream we enjoy on a sunny day, Unilever has become a global powerhouse in the consumer goods industry. In this presentation, we will journey through its rich history, deconstruct its robust business model, analyze its core strategies and financial performance, and examine the competitive landscape it navigates every day. Let's begin by stepping back in time to see how this giant was formed. Our journey begins in 1884 with the launch of Sunlight Soap by Lever & Co. The mission was simple yet revolutionary: to popularize cleanliness and make it accessible to ordinary people. This foundational purpose set the stage for what was to come. The company as we know it was officially born in 1929 through a famous merger between the British soap maker Lever Brothers and the Dutch margarine producer Margarine Unie. The name Unilever is a combination of both. The 1930s marked a period of significant global expansion into Latin America and other parts of the world. Key strategic acquisitions followed, such as the tea company Lipton in 1943, which became a cornerstone of its food and drink business. Unilever has always been a pioneer in marketing, airing its very first TV ad in 1955. The company continued to strengthen its portfolio, acquiring Brooke Bond, the maker of PG Tips tea, in 1984, solidifying its leadership in the tea market. The year 2000 was a landmark year for major acquisitions, bringing iconic American brands like Best Foods, the maker of Knorr and Hellmann's, and the beloved ice cream brand Ben & Jerry's into the fold. A pivotal shift occurred in 2010 with the launch of the Sustainable Living Plan, an ambitious blueprint to decouple growth from environmental impact. More recently, in 2017, Unilever sharpened its focus on faster-growing personal care and food brands by selling off its spreads business. Today, Unilever stands as a global powerhouse, with its 400-plus brands used by 3.4 billion people every day, driven by a core focus on purpose-led growth and sustainability. Now, let's deconstruct the engine that drives this global giant using the business model canvas. Value propositions. At its core, Unilever offers a strong portfolio of trusted, global brands that provide high-quality products for daily needs. It differentiates itself through a focus on sustainability, continuous innovation, and offering accessible, affordable products with local relevance on a global scale. Customer segments. Unilever serves a broad audience, from mass-market global consumers and households of all income levels to business customers in the food service and cleaning industries. Channels. It reaches these customers through a vast network of supermarkets, convenience stores, wholesalers, and rapidly growing e-commerce platforms and direct-to-consumer websites. Customer relationships. The company builds strong brand loyalty through mass media advertising, customer engagement on social media, and various loyalty programs. Key activities. Unilever's primary activities include brand management, research and development, large-scale manufacturing, a sophisticated supply chain, and global sales and distribution, all underpinned by its sustainability initiatives. Key resources. Its most valuable resources are its iconic brands, patents and formulations, a global manufacturing and distribution network, and strong financial capital. Key partners. Unilever collaborates with a wide range of partners, including raw material suppliers, distribution and retail partners, advertising agencies, and technology providers. Cost structure. The company's main costs are associated with the cost of goods sold, marketing and advertising, R&D, and logistics. Finally, revenue is generated from the sale of consumer goods across 5 main categories: beauty and well-being, personal care, home care, nutrition, and ice cream, which includes powerhouse brands like Dove,
Rexona, Omo, Knorr, and Magnum. Unilever's diversified business model is built on those 5 core segments. This structure provides resilience and allows for targeted growth. As you can see from the 2024 revenue breakdown, personal care led slightly, showcasing the strength of brands like Dove and Rexona. However, the other divisions, nutrition, beauty and well-being, home care, and ice cream, all maintained a strong and balanced presence, each contributing significantly to the company's global turnover. To accelerate growth, Unilever is implementing its Growth Action Plan, which sharpens its focus on a curated portfolio of 30 power brands. These top performers, which include names like Dove, Knorr, Omo, and Magnum, are the primary drivers of growth. As the graphic illustrates, these brands alone contribute to over 75% of the company's turnover and receive the majority of investment in innovation, marketing, and technology.
Let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer scale of Unilever's operations. The numbers speak for themselves. A massive 60.8 billion euro in turnover in 2024, a reach that extends to over 190 countries, and a dedicated global workforce of 148,000 employees. This blueprint establishes Unilever as a true giant on the world stage.
Sustainability is no longer a peripheral concern, but a core strategic imperative for Unilever. The company is tackling complex global challenges head-on, focusing on 4 key pillars. On climate, the goal is net zero emissions across the value chain. They have already achieved a 72% reduction in operational emissions since 2015. On plastics, the mission is to end plastic pollution. They've achieved a 23% reduction in virgin plastic use and are investing heavily in refill models and alternative materials. On nature, the company is committed to protecting and regenerating ecosystems, with 79% of its key agricultural crops now sourced sustainably. The Sustainability Progress Report chart provides a visual snapshot of their progress toward these ambitious goals. Of course, Unilever does not operate in a vacuum. It faces intense pressure from global giants who are also masters of innovation, marketing, and distribution. Understanding their strengths is key to understanding the competitive landscape. Unilever is a dominant force in the fast-moving consumer goods sector. The annual revenue comparison chart on this slide effectively visualizes the scale of this rivalry, showing how Unilever's annual revenue stacks up against its primary competitors like Nestle and Procter & Gamble, highlighting the immense financial magnitude of this industry rivalry. This radar chart gives us a more nuanced view of the competitive dynamics. It compares Unilever, P&G, and Nestle across key operational pillars. We can see Unilever's relatively balanced approach, while also noting distinct corporate personas. P&G shows a strong focus on R&D and innovation, while Nestle reveals its dominance in supply chain and global reach. Beyond the global titans, a growing threat comes from smaller, digital native brands. These agile challengers are rapidly capturing market share by appealing to consumer trends in organic food, natural beauty, and eco-friendly products, often leveraging authenticity and a direct-to-consumer model. The fight for consumer loyalty is waged on multiple fronts simultaneously. Success requires a continuous, integrated cycle of strategic execution. This process flows from product innovation to create new formulas and packaging, to marketing and ads to win hearts and minds, to an efficient supply chain that ensures products are always available, and finally to sustainability and ethics, which appeals to conscious consumers and feeds back into innovation. To thrive amidst this fierce competition, Unilever employs a multi-pronged strategy. This winning formula is built on 4 key pillars. 1. Brand building, continuously investing in its powerhouse brands to maintain loyalty. 2. Strategic acquisitions, actively purchasing promising niche brands to tap into emerging trends. 3. Focus on sustainability, turning corporate responsibility into a powerful competitive advantage. And 4, digital transformation, leveraging data analytics and e-commerce to gain deeper consumer insights and optimize operations. Now let's zoom in on the financial performance for the full year of 2024. The results were solid, showing an underlying sales growth of 5.2%, driven by a healthy balance of price and volume. The operating margin improved to 16.7% thanks to efficiency programs, and diluted earnings per share increased by 2.1% to €2.62.
This slide gives us a more detailed breakdown of that turnover. By business group, we can see personal care leading with €14 billion, followed closely by nutrition, home care, and beauty and well-being. By geography, the importance of emerging markets is clear. The Asia-Pacific-Africa region is the largest contributor at 44%, and overall, emerging markets contributed 58% of total turnover, showing strong growth momentum. Looking ahead, Unilever's strategic outlook is clear and focused. The Growth Action Plan is about doing fewer things better with greater impact. This means prioritizing those 30 power brands, which represent over 70% of turnover, and accelerating their portfolio transformation. The goal is to embed a stronger performance culture to deliver consistent and competitive growth for shareholders.
Finally, despite its many strengths, Unilever must navigate several key challenges. These strategic hurdles include sustainability and plastic waste, facing intense pressure to find cost-effective and scalable alternatives to plastic packaging, shifting consumer preferences, competing with the rise of smaller, local, and agile direct-to-consumer brands, supply chain and inflation, managing global disruptions and rising raw material costs without alienating consumers, emerging market volatility, navigating economic and political risks in its key growth markets, e-commerce and digitalization, the need to master digital marketing and optimize its e-commerce presence, and portfolio management, constantly balancing its massive portfolio of iconic brands with the need for high-growth innovations and acquisitions. So, in conclusion, Unilever is a resilient global giant with a rich history, a well-defined business model, and a clear, forward-looking strategy focused on its power brands and sustainability. We've seen its immense scale, its financial strength, and its formula for winning in a competitive market. However, its continued success will undoubtedly depend on its ability to skillfully navigate the significant challenges we've just discussed, from supply chain pressures and the rise of niche competitors to the urgent demands of sustainability. Its journey from soap to sustainability continues, and its ability to adapt and innovate will determine its legacy in the decades to come. Thank you.